Hello everyone and welcome back to Monster Rancher 2. In the last episode, Empress once again lived up to her name by getting me my second of the big four. And now I only have two left, plus the super final boss, and we are going to be working on that now. However, in the meantime, we've got Undine who is what are we doing with her? Oh, we're doing the Spring Carnival is what we're doing. But we are waiting for July because the next tournament of the Big Four is in August, but we need an invitation to get there. So we're going to unfreeze Empress in July, get the invitation, hold her until August, and hopefully repeat our performance as we did last time. If we can pull it off without needing to save scum, that'd be great, but I am not above save scumming. Also, I'm extremely tired as I record this. This is a different day, a different recording session from the last one. I was going to extend the last recording session, but I just didn't have the time or the energy, and now I have even less energy because it's 5 in the afternoon and I've been awake since midnight because my sleeping schedule is an absolute joke. Fist missile. So many jokes. Also, he missed that, even though it was at like a 70% something. Dang, Undine. Alright, Aqua Wave. It's only been a week, but I feel like I've forgotten basically everything with my strategy. Hold until 99, and then attack. That was my strategy. Dang. RNG's working in my favor today. He's got lower accuracy from position 2, so I'm trying to stay there. I'm also more talkative than usual. Sometimes before a recording session, I watch Let's Players who I like seeing, and they get me in the mood to talk. I tend to reflect the Let's Players that I listen to. So some Let's Players, if they're all calm and relaxed, then I tend to be calm and relaxed. And if they're excited and talkative, then I become talkative and excited. And I watched one of the latter this time. So I'm a little talky today, plus I'm a little slap happy, plus I'm drowning in caffeine because that's pretty much the only way I'm going to make it as far as I want to make it. I'm trying to get my schedule kind of flipped around, although I'm not really too concerned about it. I have been bouncing back and forth with my hours all calendar year. When I worked at the tax preparation place for the first 4 months of the calendar year, then I had first shift hours. But now that I'm not, my hours keep bouncing around because I don't like sleeping for a variety of reasons. And so here we are. Not that anyone asked, but I think I've mentioned on the show before that I tend to have nightmares and existential crises when I try to sleep, which always stops me from resting because I can't turn my brain off. And it's very annoying, and I wish I could do something to stop. It would be one thing if I took pills constantly, but I try not to take sleeping pills as much as I possibly can. So there are many times that I just can't get my brain to shut up. And some days it's worse than others. I'm hoping that right now it's going to be a bit better, because as I speak, it's near the end of July, and we had a massive heat wave that hit the United States, which is now over. Probably we'll get another one before the end of the year because that's the way stuff works. But the point is that it's now nice and cool, and I can rest, and the heat doesn't feel so oppressive when I try to lay down. And all this talking has led us to Undine becoming a champion at the Spring Carnival, getting $3,300 and some disc jobs. Now, just to remind anyone who may not have seen the last episode, or if it's been a while, we are not going to increase Undine class. She's fine in the B class. We don't need her to advance. We're only letting her do the B class to sort of kill some time until the next Big Four, and also to get us a little bit of cash because, I mean, let's face it, we will need the cash, especially if we try to train Empress at all. Oh, look at that. Her intelligence went up even better. Even more, rather. So defense went up, which isn't a big deal, and power went up, which isn't a big deal. Even for as little defense as she has, she's doing really, really well with absorbing damage. So it is hit points. I've consistently underrated hit points in the Monster Rancher series and thought defense was more important. I will rectify that mistake for Monster Rancher 1 when we get to that one. Meanwhile, nope, didn't want you to rest. I wanted you to take a look at battles. No more until July 2. And by July 2, then we're going to have Empress back in. So we're going to freeze Undine Wear June 4. That way I have a chance to feed Empress. Haha! So we're just trading from here on out, which is fine by me. Let's get her some nuts oil and then we'll examine her numbers. She's already doing pretty well. Her dodge rate's good, her accuracy's solid, her damage is solid, her life is solid. I mean, there's not really much I need to do. I suppose I'll get life to 400 because that's the next milestone. Holy crap, that's going to take me 5 seconds. Maybe I'll just get her life up to 450 or 500 while I'm at it. She's probably able to handle the A-class if I really wanted to upgrade her, but there's just no reason to. I mean, yes, if I upgrade her class, I could get more money, but we're sort of in the downhill bits of the game, and I tend not to want to overextend myself and try to come up with secondary goals unnecessarily. Kalo, channel manager Kalo, had the suggestion that I have all of you vote for my next monster, which is a good idea. We may do that for Monster Rancher 1, because we have all these combination items, and one of you, I apologize for not remembering the name, one of you mentioned that you had never seen a centaur before, so you were interested in seeing a centaur. I was going to make a centaur next, but then, you know, Undine Wear managed to find the Golden Peach, and we got all of this situation ready. So I haven't really had to worry about it, but next time when we do Monster Rancher 1, I might go ahead and do it that way, where I'll have you guys vote on the breeds that we raise. That'd also give me an interesting challenge, because we haven't raised a Mochi on the show. We haven't raised a Suezo on the show because I don't like them. And who knows, maybe those votes will let me see a monster that I've never seen before. In fact, I sort of tried to do that with this series, because I remember seeing a vote or a comment in Monster Rancher 3, or maybe the day I streamed Monster Rancher 4 for funsies. Someone had mentioned that they were surprised they had never seen me raise a Zoom before, which is, it is strange because I like Zooms as a breed. They are kind of my jam. They're somewhat accurate and all around, but mainly power-based and accuracy-based, which is cool. So but for whatever reason, I hadn't done it. Dr. Talico, no, screw off. So, the fact I hadn't raised a Zoom sort of was still on my mind when we started this series, which is why I started back in episode 1 with Crit Hit, and we got a Zoom specifically because I hadn't done one yet. So, it is your Let's Play too, after all, so your input on what monsters we raise could be pretty valuable and pretty interesting. So, but right now, there's not enough left. I'm hoping we only have 2 episodes left, maybe 3 because of the length of time that's going to go between winning the second bit or the 4th Big Four and then the final boss. I think is going to take a little while unless I time skip. But we don't have very many episodes left, guys. We are, as far as you, if you're watching this on release date, it's not going to be more than a couple days. This is probably going to be over by the weekend. Which again, it's always a little bittersweet when I end a series, because especially Monster Rancher, because I know how much it's beloved, and I always have a good time as well. But you know, every series has to end, and I want to pop those soundless fireworks and add to my list of completed playlists. Mainly because the completed playlist, that is not redundant, is one of my favorite things, and I think I'm gonna try, I don't know if YouTube will let me, but I'm gonna try to put an iCard in the top right corner right there. That is a playlist of the playlists with all my completed series, if you want to check that out. Once you're done with this, of course. Because that is probably the best place to binge if you ever binge watch my stuff. So, alright, we are at June 4. We are going to freeze our girl Undine and get Empress back out of the lab. Assuming the game works in levels rather than pure numbers, clearly I need to get power up because it is close to level 14. So we are going to train Empress on that. I'm going to coat her with nuts oil first. Ooh, this is my last one. So I'm going to have to buy a whole bunch. No problem. I don't know if this is really necessary. It doesn't matter. I'm just trying to maximize our girl's performance here. Plus, nuts oil gives me the loyalty, and man, do I need loyalty. Ooh. 4 points is not great. Try to hang on, Empress. Alright, but we're gonna shove tablets down your throat. Tablets are the best item to give. They give you the best gains, even though they're pricey as hell, but that's what Undine Ware's sacrifice is for. It is now July 1. We should hopefully get the invitation next week. If we don't, I don't know what I've missed, and I'm going to have to look through the FAQ again, but here we go. Alright, so nuts oil away. Hopefully my blathering doesn't bother you. I mentioned in a previous episode that comment about that I talk too much is still bothering me, because as human beings we all latch onto the negative, and I am one of those who has an exceptionally long memory about people who say bullshit to me because, I don't know, there's something fucked up in my brain chemistry that forces me to remember bullshit instead of compliments. So, no matter how many times I look at that shit, it bothers me. I have analytics, or I look at the analytics here on YouTube as much as I can. Well, let me put it let me rephrase that. I look at it as much as necessary. I try to avoid it as much as I can, but sometimes I can't. And I saw that YouTube keeps track of how many likes and dislikes you have by percentage. So apparently lifetime, my like percentage on all my videos is 98.1%. In the last little bit, it's been 98.7%. So I'm doing better. People are liking me more, and yet it's always the dislikes that I'm like, ooh, someone disliked my video, I should quit YouTube, which is fucking stupid. Never quit your dream if it's what you like doing, and if it's working for you. The only people I have to deal with are, like, the regulars, YouTube's policies, so I guess they're lawyers or policy team, and my mom. And anyone else's opinion can go screw itself. With respect to any of you who only watch for certain things, you know, my point is, well, pretty much if you've been watching this for 70 episodes, you're here for the long haul. But I think you know what I mean. The randos who come find my channel, comment on episode 1 of a series, and then run off, I don't really need to pay them too much mind, thankfully. So I'm trying to get better at that. And the more I'm exposed to it, the better. I remember when I started YouTube back in 2011. Yes, I have been on YouTube nearly 8 years as I record this. When I started my channel in earnest back in 2011, my very first dislike, I don't remember where it was, but I remember how it made me feel, and I felt like crap. I felt tiny, and I immediately felt the whole, you know, man, maybe I should just quit and not do this anymore because, you know, this isn't working out. But that's dumb. It was one dislike. It was the first dislike, and I'd gotten a lot of likes before that and after that, so who gives a crap? But man, I do remember how it made me feel, and I don't know. I'm working on that. I'm trying to be better about that stuff. All right, we've got power up to level 14. We're gonna start working on accuracy next, especially since power is just so slow right now, and only getting a few points per gain. This has to do with her age, because even when you Golden Peach a monster, it's not like it undoes all the everything you have done up to that point. It's not like she de-ages back to her prime or her adolescence or whatever. She's just old. So ideally, you want to use the Golden Peach, I believe, when they're in their prime. That way you maximize the number of weeks they have gains. But it is what it is. I made the mistake or didn't know how it worked or whatever. And it doesn't matter really in Empress's case. We just need her to be in one piece for this. And I'm going to make sure she is very well, too. Okay, so this should be Battle Week. It is the Winner's Cup. We are going to make an emergency save and save Scum to hell and back if this doesn't work, but fingers crossed that Empress pulls a three-peat and manages to kick all the ass we know she can. Literally and figuratively, since we only use kick attacks with her. And speaking of Kasumi-type monsters, I've been working on my Dead or Alive skills, where I'm still not good at fighting games, but Dead or Alive 6 I am okay at, and one of these days I may stream it if a particular bug crawls up my butt and makes me want to play it. We're here at the Winner's Cup, and Empress is a winner and she's gonna prove it again. A sea breeze softens the heat in the arena. Winner's Cup is now beginning. PyroFalkon, let's go for it! Absolutely, Colt. Open the stats plate. Thank you, Future Pyro. Alright, Carmine, Rouge, and Brigand? I think we fought Carmine before. I don't think we fought Brigand. And Rouge is a plant, so I'm not too worried about it, so let's roll. By the way, if we're ever in a position where I can quit out a match and we're fine, then I'm going to. I will do as little risk to Empress as possible. I did save just before this, right? Did I do an emergency save? Oh, well, we're going to do this in one shot, so it won't matter. I meant I would do it in one shot, Carmine. Those opening attacks, man, like him and Epsilon, it's a good strategy to just open with an attack and beat the shit out of your opponent, but yeah, it is what it is. If I do have to save Scum, I'll asterisk her record, by the way. That way you can see the real record and the official record. Let's see if I have heal drop or heal raid. Good job. Good dodge. We hold for 99 guts before attacking. He has a crap ton of hit points. Okay, that wasn't too bad. Yeah, I want to stay in the second... Nice dodge. I want to stay in the second area's range because he seems to have the least amount of accuracy from there. One more, Empress. Try again. Then we'll switch to high kick. Excellent job. Oh, shit. That wasn't a kill shot. High kick. Good dodge. Shit kick him, please. Well done. Wow, 146 damage. High kick still does some decent damage for its guts cost. Wow. Alright. Hopefully Carmine loses. Nope. Alright. Good luck me. Come on, Empress. You can do it. I believe in you. I have faith in you. That is such high numbers. Oh, he's a zoom. Oh, no, he's not a zoom. Is he, Oof. He's an arrowhead zoom? No, zooms are green, so... I don't know what his subtype is. Maybe he's just a unique. He's so cool looking. Yeah, I wanted to fight raise an arrowhead at some point, too. And, I just never had a chance to. Alright, go get him, Empress. Can't mess around here. We don't have enough time now. I don't think I'm gonna beat him. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna beat him because we won't have the, I'm not going to be able to get enough time to wear them down. Well, this is what I get for my hubris, for saying, oh, no problem. We'll totally beat him on the first try, and then none of this will matter. Yep. No, that's not happening. All right. Well, I guess I'll just quit out and reload the save. So we're at 20 minutes anyway, so come on, quit. Yes. Jeez. So we'll give this another go in the next episode, assuming I saved. Did I save? If I didn't save, I'm going to get to where I was off camera, and then we will go from there. So thank you all very much for watching. I did save. Awesome. And I will see you again tomorrow for another episode.